Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we're lighting up the discussion with Crompton Greaves Consumer Electricals Limited. They've just released their numbers, and there's quite a bit to unpack.
Absolutely. Crompton is a household name in India, known for a wide range of consumer electricals fans, lighting pumps, and appliances. They also have a significant presence through their subsidiary, Butterfly Gandhimati Appliances, which is big in kitchen appliances. Their registered office is in Mumbai.
So, this report covers their audited financial results for the quarter and the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025. The board meeting to approve these results was held on May 15th, 2025. We've got both consolidated and standalone figures to look at, which should give us a comprehensive view.
That's right. And it's important to note that the auditors, MSKA and Associates, have issued an unmodified opinion on both the consolidated and standalone financial results, which means they found the financial statements to be in order, with the usual notes about reliance on other auditors for subsidiaries and the methodology for quarterly balancing figures.
Good to know. Let's start with the big picture, the consolidated numbers. How did Crompton perform on the revenue front for the fourth quarter of financial year 25?
For the quarter ended March 31st, 2025, on a consolidated basis, Crompton's revenue from operations stood at 2,060.64 crore rupees. Comparing this year over year, it's up from 1,961.00 crore rupees in the same quarter last year, Q4 FY24.
That's a decent year-over-year jump. And what about quarter-over-quarter? Comparing Q4 FY25 to the previous quarter, Q3 FY25?
Sequentially, quarter over quarter, the revenue of 2,060.64 crore rupees in Q4 FY25 is also up significantly from 1,769.21 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So strong performance both year over year and quarter over quarter for revenue.
Okay, revenue looks healthy. Now let's move to profitability. Since EBITDA isn't directly reported, let's look at profit before tax or PBT on a consolidated basis for the quarter.
For Q4 FY25, the consolidated profit before tax was 230.80 crore rupees. Year over year, this is a good increase from 169.04 crore rupees in Q4 FY24.
And the quarter-over-quarter PBT performance?
Quarter over quarter, the PBT of 230.80 crore rupees is also a substantial improvement from 151.19 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So profitability before tax is showing strong growth as well.
Excellent. And the bottom line, profit after tax or PAT for the consolidated entity in Q4?
Consolidated profit after tax for Q4 FY25 came in at 171.74 crore rupees. Year over year, this is up from 133.43 crore rupees in Q4 FY24.
How does that PAT compare to the immediately preceding quarter, Q3 FY25?
Quarter over quarter, the PAT of 171.74 crore rupees is also significantly higher than the 111.92 crore rupees reported in Q3 FY25. So consistent growth across the board for Q4.
And this translates to earnings per share or EPS?
Yes, the consolidated basic EPS for Q4 FY25 stood at 2.63 rupees. This is up from 2.16 rupees in Q4 FY24 year over year. Quarter over quarter, it's also up from 1.71 rupees in Q3 FY25.
That's the quarterly picture. What about the full financial year 25 performance on a consolidated basis?
For the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025, consolidated revenue from operations was 7,863.55 crore rupees, up from 7,312.81 crore rupees in FY24. Consolidated PBT for FY25 was 756.21 crore rupees compared to 573.07 crore rupees in FY24. And consolidated PAT for FY25 stood at 564.08 crore rupees, up from 441.78 crore rupees in the previous financial year. The basic EPS for FY25 was 8.64 rupees, up from 6.88 rupees in FY24.
Any significant other income we should note on the consolidated side?
Yes, for Q4 FY25, consolidated other income was 15.93 crore rupees, fairly stable compared to 16.04 crore rupees in Q4 FY24 and up from 11.60 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. For the full year FY25, it was 68.83 crore rupees, slightly up from 67.39 crore rupees in FY24.
Now, let's shift our focus to the standalone results. How did the standalone entity perform in Q4 FY25, starting with revenue?
On a standalone basis, revenue from operations for Q4 FY25 was 1,878.50 crore rupees. Year over year, this is up from 1,796.62 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Quarter over quarter, it's a strong jump from 1,545.00 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
And the standalone PBT for the quarter?
Standalone PBT for Q4 FY25 was 229.47 crore rupees. Now this is interesting. Year over year, it's actually up from 206.39 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Quarter over quarter, it's a significant increase from 150.84 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
That's consistent growth. PBT is up both year over year and quarter over quarter. What about standalone PAT?
Standalone PAT for Q4 FY25 came in at 170.54 crore rupees. Similar to PBT, this is up year over year from 160.97 crore rupees in Q4 FY24 and also up from 111.74 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
And the standalone EPS for Q4?
Standalone basic EPS for Q4 FY25 was 2.65 rupees, up from 2.52 rupees in Q4 FY24, and also up from 1.74 rupees in Q3 FY25.
So consistent growth for standalone quarterly profits year over year and strong sequential growth. What about the full year standalone performance for FY25?
For the full financial year FY25, standalone revenue from operations was 7,028.29 crore rupees, up from 6,388.38 crore rupees in FY24. Standalone PBT for FY25 was 755.59 crore rupees, which is again interesting, as it's up from 611.04 crore rupees in FY24. And standalone PAT for FY25 stood at 563.18 crore rupees, up from 466.45 crore rupees in FY24. The basic EPS for FY25 was 8.75 rupees, up from 7.29 rupees in FY24. So the full year standalone profit picture is stronger than the Q4 year-over-year comparison might suggest.
And other income on the standalone side?
Standalone other income for Q4 FY25 was 15.57 crore rupees, up from 14.43 crore rupees year-over-year and 10.30 crore rupees quarter-over-quarter. For the full year FY25, it was 63.20 crore rupees, up from 60.34 crore rupees.
Let's talk profitability margins. Any quick insights on net profit margins for consolidated and standalone?
Yes, the report helpfully provides these. For the consolidated entity, the net profit margin, that is, PAT over total income, for Q4 FY25 was 8.27%, and for the full year FY25, it was 7.11%. For the standalone entity, the net profit margin for Q4 FY25 was 9.00%, and for the full year FY25, it was 7.94%. So standalone margins appear slightly better than consolidated.
Were there any significant exceptional items reported in either set of results?
No, there were no exceptional items reported for either the consolidated or standalone results for the periods under review. This suggests the profits are from ordinary activities.
Moving to the balance sheet, any key insights on assets or liabilities, perhaps from the segment data or notes, for both consolidated and standalone?
On the consolidated side, as of March 31st, 2025, total assets stood at 6,329.78 crore rupees. Total equity was 3,847.75 crore rupees. The company has outstanding non-convertible debentures of 300 crore rupees, which are secured and have adequate asset cover. On the standalone side, total assets were 5,940.47 crore rupees and total equity was 3,604.05 crore rupees as of March 31st, 2025. The NCD details are the same.
What about cash flows and dividends?
The consolidated statement of cash flows shows net cash generated from operating activities for FY25 was 737.41 crore rupees, a decrease from 843.41 crore rupees in FY24. Cash and cash equivalents at the end of FY25 were 203.68 crore rupees. The standalone cash flow from operations for FY25 was 716.04 crore rupees, down from 795.97 crore rupees in FY24. Regarding dividends, the board has recommended a dividend of 3 rupees per equity share of face value 2 rupees each for the financial year ended March 31, 2025. This is subject to shareholder approval at the upcoming annual general meeting, which is scheduled for August 8, 2025. The record date for the dividend is July 24, 2025.
Now, this is a multi-segment company. Let's dive into the segment performance. What are the key segments and how did they do? Starting with consolidated.
On a consolidated basis, the main segments are Electric Consumer Durables or ECD, Lighting Products and Butterfly Products. For Q4 FY25, ECD revenue was 1,602.92 crore rupees with a segment PBT of 267.51 crore rupees. Lighting Products revenue was 276.07 crore rupees with a PBT of 43.95 crore rupees. Butterfly Products revenue was 181.65 crore rupees with a PBT of 12.26 crore rupees. Year over year for Q4, ECD revenue and profit are up. Lighting revenue is slightly down, but profit is up. Butterfly Products revenue is up, and profit has significantly improved from a loss in Q4 last year. Quarter over quarter for Q4, ECD revenue and profit are strongly up. Lighting revenue and profit are also up. Butterfly Products revenue is down, but profit is stable.
And for the full year FY25, how did these consolidated segments fare?
For FY25 consolidated, ECD revenue was 6,010 crore rupees with a PBT of 928.33 crore rupees. Lighting Products revenue was 1,020.27 crore rupees with a PBT of 119.63 crore rupees. Butterfly Products revenue was 833.28 crore rupees with a PBT of 46.38 crore rupees. Compared to FY24, all three segments showed revenue growth. ECD and Lighting showed profit growth, and Butterfly Products showed significant profit growth from a much smaller base.
What about the standalone segment performance? Butterfly Products won't be there, right?
Correct. Standalone has Electric Consumer Durables and Lighting Products. For Q4 FY25 standalone, ECD revenue was 1,602.92 crore rupees with a PBT of 267.51 crore rupees. Lighting Products revenue was 275.58 crore rupees with a PBT of 43.94 crore rupees. These numbers are very similar to the ECD and Lighting segments in the consolidated results for the quarter, which is expected. Year over year for Q4 standalone, ECD revenue and profit are up. Lighting revenue is slightly down, but profit is up. Quarter over quarter for Q4 standalone, ECD and Lighting both saw strong growth in revenue and profit.
And the full year FY25 for standalone segments?
For FY25 standalone, ECD revenue was 6,010 crore rupees with a PBT of 928.33 crore rupees. Lighting Products revenue was 1,018.29 crore rupees with a PBT of 119.68 crore rupees. Again, very similar to the consolidated ECD and Lighting performance, showing strong growth over FY24.
So summarizing the performance, it seems like a strong year, especially on the consolidated front, driven by ECD and a good turnaround in Butterfly. Standalone also did well for the full year, even if Q4 year-over-year profits were a bit muted.
That's a fair summary. The ECD segment is clearly the main engine for both standalone and consolidated operations. The Lighting segment is steady. The Butterfly acquisition seems to be integrating well and contributing positively to the consolidated profits. The cost management or product mix must have improved, especially to show profit growth even where revenue growth was modest or slightly down in some year-over-year quarterly comparisons for standalone.
Are there any other significant notes or events from the report we should highlight?
Yes, a few. The company appointed Parikh & Associates as secretarial auditors for a 5-year term. They also reappointed cost, internal and tax auditors for FY25-26. There was a reconstitution of board committees due to the completion of a term for one of the independent directors. They also amended several policies like the Code of Conduct for Trading, Materiality Policy, etc. The report also mentions that as of March 31, 2025, the holding company's subsidiaries are Butterfly Gandhimathi Appliances Limited, Pinnacles Lighting Project Private Limited, and Nexustar Lighting Project Private Limited. And during FY25, the company allotted over 7 lakh equity shares under its employee stock option schemes.
We touched upon the auditor's report earlier, confirming it's unmodified. Anything specific from the auditor's comments on either consolidated or standalone that caught your eye?
For the consolidated results, MSKA and Associates in their Other Matters paragraph mention their reliance on the audit reports of other auditors for 3 subsidiaries whose financial results reflect total assets of 501.77 crore rupees and total revenue of 875.83 crore rupees for the year. This is a standard disclosure when components are audited by others. They also state that the results for the quarter ended March 31, 2025 are balancing figures. For the standalone results, they also mention the Q4 results being balancing figures. There are no qualifications, adverse opinions, or emphasis of matter that would change the unmodified nature of their opinion for either set of results.
Okay, so based on all this, what's the outlook for Crompton and what are some potential risks or drivers? And of course, the usual disclaimer.
Disclaimer: we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions. The outlook appears positive. The ECD segment continues to be strong. The improvement in Butterfly's performance is a good sign for the consolidated entity. The dividend recommendation also signals confidence from the management. Key drivers would be continued demand in the consumer durable space, successful new product launches, and effective cost management. The lighting segment's performance will also be key. Risks could include increased competition, fluctuations in raw material prices, and any slowdown in consumer spending. The performance of the subsidiaries, especially Butterfly, will continue to be important for the consolidated picture.
So to wrap up, Crompton has delivered a solid set of numbers for FY25 with strong growth in revenue and profits, particularly on the consolidated front. The ECD segment is the star, and Butterfly's contribution is improving. The dividend is a positive.
Exactly. Both standalone and consolidated results paint a picture of growth for the full year. The fourth quarter showed robust sequential growth, and while standalone Q4 year-over-year profit growth was a bit soft, the overall annual performance is commendable. The clean auditor's report is also reassuring.
Great analysis. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial deep dives.